Hey guys, how you going? Welcome back to another video. Oz Patriots. Look, it's been about a week since I did a video. God, am I looking chubby today? I'm chubby, don't I? I don't know. I've got big guns though, so I'm happy with that. So if you don't know, right, I'm just in the middle of a debate. Well, not a debate, I'm in the middle of just having a chat with a mate of mine. He's pretty smart. He's actually a pretty good fella. He's really intelligent. And it's always good to have a chat with people like that, because I don't really classify myself as very smart. You know, I don't think I'm very, when it comes to certain things, you know, I'm very good at what I do when it comes to personal training, but I'm not very smart at a lot of other things. But what I do know is that I can rationally think about things and then make a decision based on that process. All right. So I just sent him a picture, and it states that Victoria will probably be in lockdown for Christmas. Sorry, I gotta turn my glasses. Super bright, super dirty. So you've got. They're looking for authorised officers, meaning that the person in the general public, me or you, can apply for the position of an authorised officer. So you don't actually have to be a qualified police officer or security guard or former military or any of that, okay? You can just apply as a regular Joe. So if you worked at XOXOXO, fucking hubba fucking la pajuba, fucking humding fucking restaurant, you can apply for the job. And guess what that means you can do then? You're an authorised officer. So you can go and investigate people that you think that may be breaching COVID restrictions, you know, leaving their 5 kilometre radius. So you can go and say, hey, you know what, I'm not a police officer, but I'm an authorised officer, and I can actually detain you and I can ask you questions. Does that seem right to you? Is that not totalitarian? Is that not a dictatorship? Is that not right? Like, am I missing the point? Am I missing something very vital here? Someone in the general public can apply for the job and get the job, right? Get the job, and then they can if they see someone walking down the street and they think they might be outside their 5 kilometre radius, they can go up and ask them questions. And if they don't like that, what the answers are, they can detain them, okay? Because that's what the new bill allows them to do, all right? If you also didn't know, Donald Trump spent 4 days at Walter Reed Hospital, okay? Yes, he provided the best medical care that anybody could possibly get because he's the president, okay? No one's going to dispute that, all right? But what we can dispute is how severe COVID actually is, okay? Based on the facts. The man is 74 years old. The man is slightly overweight, okay? Now, we already know that the CDC and the World Health Organization came out and said that people that are overweight, even UK studies said that people that are overweight are more susceptible of COVID-19 and becoming a fatality of COVID-19, all right? I don't believe that you die from COVID. I believe you die with it, okay? So let's look at the fact, all right? So Donald Trump is 74, right? So he's already in the age bracket, all right? Because it's a 60 plus, right? You're already in a higher bracket, okay? There's no vaccine ready yet, right? So, and we're going to touch that. We're going to touch that in a second. We're going to touch on the vaccine in a minute. Especially here in Australia, what I just read today in the Sydney Morning Herald. The Sydney Morning Herald. So you got a blimp man that's 74 years old. I don't care about whether he got the best medical treatment or not, okay? Everybody's been given the best opportunity to survive COVID-19, okay? Everybody has, all right? Everyone that's been in the hospital has been given good care, okay? That's why we've been praising our medical gurus, and we've been doing ad campaigns about saying thank you to the medical staff, and you know what, they protested on the streets to say stay home, save lives, all that shit, right? They did all that in March and April and June, all right? So we know that people are getting the best care that they can possibly get in hospitals at the moment because of the pandemic. All right, so you've got this pandemic, right, and it's you've got people who are more susceptible than others. So the younger age bracket generally survive, right? You've got 99.8% chance of survival in my age bracket, which is, you know, I'm between, what am I, it's 20, it's above 18 to 30, all right, or to 40, whatever you want to call it. So you've got Donald Trump is 74, right? He's 74, right? If you don't know that, go Google it. Fucking Wikipedia will tell you he's 74 years old, okay? He works like a dog, okay? He works all the time. He doesn't stop. He doesn't sleep, okay? The man, I read his book back in April, and The Art of the Deal, and he even spoke in that book about how he doesn't sleep very much, that he generally has about 4 to 5 hours sleep, okay? Right? Well, us normal human beings who are just driven to get up and go to work try and get about 8 to 10 hours of sleep, all right? So Donald Trump is already on the back foot because his body, he doesn't recuperate properly, okay? Because if you didn't know that, you should actually, optimal sleep is 6 to 7 hours, okay? And then, you know, you can pretty much function really well. And I noticed that myself when I go consecutively with less days, more days of less sleep, I actually function better. Like, instead of saying sleep for 10 hours and I sleep for 6 hours consecutively, I'll function better than I would say sleeping for 10 hours consecutively. I'm more tired. Whereas if I sleep for 6 hours, I'm not as tired. I'm awake, like, and I generally go to bed later. I'm able to go to the gym later. I'm able to do things until later, and then I get up and do it all over again at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just driving around here because I want to finish the video before I pick my son up. So 74, doesn't sleep very much, works like a fucking animal, like absolute animal. He doesn't stop. He's always working, yeah? He's always trying to get shit done, all right? He's overweight, all right? So he's susceptible in that way, all right? So the man should be dead, right? According to the feared, according to the campaigns, all right? According to the campaigns, the man should be dead, right? Because he's, you know, he's in the age bracket. And if you go and watch Fox, if you go watch CNN and MSNBC and a couple of other news, those other ones, they'll even tell you that he's overweight and that he's fat and he should be dead, because they were hoping that would happen. Okay, so he used therapeutics. I can't remember the one that he used, but apparently it's pretty fucking good. You know, it's pretty fucking good. Give way to me right. Caution to the left. I just did that. So I'm just going to pull up here because it's probably safer. All right. Now, I was speaking about safe, right? That's the conversation here. He said to me, I said, what do you think about this? Do you think it's too far yet? Because he's on the side, my friend, he's on the side of that everything that the government's doing, especially Victoria, is right, okay? Because it's for people's safety, okay? But it's not really, because if you think about it, there's other things that are happening. Domestic violence went up, okay? Domestic violence went up. Suicide rates have gone up. We won't know the full statistics until probably 2 years from now, because that's how long it takes to work it all out, all right? People are going in financial hardship, okay? People will be poorer. People will be homeless, okay? Now, I'll put this into perspective, okay, the homeless part, all right? Now, I was listening to a Sky News, a lady that goes on Sky News, a commentator, and she was saying that in WA at the moment, so in Perth, Western Australia, the housing market is full. So there's no available tenancies, because all the people can afford to live in them houses now because they're getting paid more money from the government. All right, but what happens is these people are going to lose that income, right? Which is the low income earners, the guys that are on social security and on welfare. They're on the dole, they're on the pension, they're on Austudy, they're on whatever payment they get from the government that they qualify for to receive. That's being cut back, right? So now these people could afford a $400 a week house or an apartment, right? Now they can't. All right, where are they going to go now? on short-term notice, mate. Like, I don't get it. People don't get this shit. They don't see the ramifications of each process that happens. All right, so you've got you know, all these people. I'm sorry, this is a bit of a thing on the screen here, and it's annoying me. I'm going to just leave it. Fuck it. So you got all these people who can afford to pay for these exuberant rent prices now not being able to pay for it because the government's cut their subsidies because the pandemic's slowly being able to be managed and it's being able to be lived with, which is the aim. The aim is to live with it. Okay, we live with the seasonal flu every year. All right, and we still have over 300,000 cases a year. That's right, 300,000 cases. All right, we have 300,000 cases of the flu on average. Okay, we have about 18,000 hospitalizations from the flu. Okay, in 2019, it was a record. I think, if I remember rightly, it was about 1,000 people died from the flu, from the seasonal flu. So influenza, got pneumonia, all that other stuff. Okay, they necessarily probably didn't die from the flu. They probably died with it. Okay, so we've got to understand that part. All right, so you've got this 74-year-old man. Let's get back on the point. 74-year-old man, overweight. All right, works like a dog, should be dead. Yeah, he caught COVID. All right, he had the symptoms. Okay, they were hospitalization worthy, so he was worthy of being hospitalized for it because he fit the category, right? And that's really annoying me still. So I'm just gonna, there we go, I got rid of it. So, and he walked out of Walter Reed in 4 days of therapeutic medication. He didn't have a vaccine, right? So we're going to get on to the vaccine in a second. I'm nearly there. So you've got this Victorian government looking for people to be officers, right, to help hold the restrictions in place. That now, I don't know how many police officers that Victoria have, but I'm pretty sure that the police force can do that. I'm pretty sure you don't need to go out and hire people from the public to do that. Okay? Now, what people don't understand is that the more that you accept it, the more that they will turn the cog. All right? So you've got to remember, history will tell you this. Like, it's not like it didn't happen. You've learnt about it in school. I learnt about it in school. I don't know if kids still get taught it in school, but I learnt it in school. Okay? World War II happened. And it happened because the world was fighting against a dictator, and his name was Hitler, and he wanted to have it his own way. Okay? He had it his own way. Alright? He told the Jewish people, his army were telling the Jewish people that it's for their safety that they go into these camps and then they killed them. Right? People are being locked up in their homes and within 5-kilometre radiuses for their safety. But it's killing them. And it's not saying that it's the same as in like they're shipping them to camps and they're going to gas them. What I'm saying is it's killing them in other ways. It's killing their pocket. It's killing their businesses. It's killing their mentality. It's killing their will to live. Their will to survive. You've got to understand that it's still the same fucking process. It's breaking people down so that they just accept it and that's it. And that's not what should be happening. People shouldn't be accepting that a regular Joe from the street can get a job as an authorised officer to tell them that they have to stay within their 5-kilometre radius or they will be detained. That's not the Australia that we've had. I should say had. I'm going to say had because it's starting to disappear. It's disappearing. So now let's talk about the vaccination. Now, look, some of the things Scott Morrison's done has been good and some of the shit he's done is bad, right? And I'm going to tell you that it's bad. This is bad, okay? This is really, really bad, okay? Now, the article I will put in the bottom here, okay? Because it's from the Sydney Morning Herald, okay? And it states that Scott Morrison will not set up a contingency plan for those people who inevitably, okay, the words inevitably are being used. So that means there's no doubt that some people will get a side effect from the vaccine, okay, for COVID-19, okay. It says inevitably, okay, it's inevitably, okay, so it's inevitable, all right, that people will get a side effect, okay. It means that means it's not safe. So what happens is, if something's not safe and you're being asked to put it into your body, and you say, yeah, I'm going to put it in my body, you've just waived all your rights, all right? You've just waived them all, okay? You've just waived all your safety rights, okay? Get that in your head, just let that sink in, all right? It's not safe, and you're going to inevitably have maybe a huge possibility, because it's inevitable, a side effect, okay? It might not affect you day to day. It might affect you from day to day. It might cause something like this, and it might not cause something like this. It might cause something worse. But guess what? Because you said yes, and you accepted those terms and conditions, right? Because that's the fine print, right? The fine print is the terms and conditions of accepting the vaccination that's not safe for you. There is no compensation plan, and there is full indemnity from the creator. Meaning that if XYZ corporation that has made the vaccination and is administering it and selling it, guess what? You, the consumer, have nothing that you can do to fight it, because the clause states that they have indemnity. Okay, it's an indemnity clause, it's a policy, okay, it's a terms and conditions of signing your right away. And you know how you do that? You can use that, you sign your right away with I accept. The word I accept. You sitting in the chair at the pharmacy getting your flu shot is I accept. Your actions of you, that's how they do it. So you've got this article, which is I'm gonna put it in the comments for you guys. I'll put it in the info. But it's not right. That's not right. Okay. For starters, it's for our own safety, right? But when it regards a vaccination that inevitably will harm you, at what point is it safe? Now, at what point in your brain are you going to accept the fact that, hang on a minute, this isn't safe. This isn't for my safety. At what point? You've got to realize, at what point is it going to be for your safety? Right? I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it really slowly, okay? Because for those at the back of the room who can't hear me, all right? You are inevitably going to get a side effect from this, okay? And if you take the vaccination, you have waived all your rights to put a case forward, okay, for compensation. Okay, let's just take the example of I get the shot in my arm. Great, I've accepted it. All right, tomorrow I wake up, right, and I can't move my legs. But the last thing I did at the end of the day, or at any point in the day, was I had a vaccination shot for the COVID-19 vaccine that's being released whenever the fuck it's going to be released. All right. Now, if that's what was injected into my body, all right, I've accepted the terms and conditions of that. Now, I can't get compensated for that. Guess what? I just have to live with the fact that I took the vaccination, and guess what? I got paralyzed. Was it the vaccine? Was it not? Who knows? Okay, we don't know that. All right, unless you have full tests and stuff to say. But what's the point of having all the tests? There's no compensation scheme. There's not. They're indemnified. The XYZ company, whoever it is that comes out and says, ScoMo, here's the vaccine, you can administer it to 24 million people. Bang, we've got 27 million doses, 30 million doses, here you go. They're indemnified, okay? That means that you can't sue them. And that also means you can't sue the government, because you've waived your right. You've waived a basic human right to say, no, I don't want that in my body. Now, I'm not against vaccinations, but what I am against is the process of this one, okay? Sometimes it takes 20 years to make a vaccine perfectly safe. They're not even perfect. Let's just say it takes an 80% chance of it succeeding, and with a 20% chance of it failing, okay? the odds are still relatively shithouse, okay? That's pretty bad. 80-20 is pretty fucking bad. But if you are going to take a vaccine, you're going to want to know at least they spent the last 7 years, which is normal, perfecting it as good as they can get, testing it, making it better, making it safer, testing it. Because sometimes, right, it takes up to 7 years for a side effect to kick in. So let's just hang on a minute, right? Let's say I get the COVID vaccine today, and in, I don't know, between now and my birthday, July, something happens. I start having seizures all the time, and nothing's changed. I'm a healthy adult. I work out regularly. I haven't been in a car crash. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke cigarettes. I'm healthy. I'm active. And I wake up one day and I start having seizures regularly and nosebleeds and all sorts of weird shit going on. And then we work out that we go all the way back through the history, and we work out, hang on a minute, you had that COVID vaccine. This is one of the side effects, mate. Guess what? I can't be compensated because they've been indemnified. The government can't compensate. You can't get anything out of the government. The government will just, they'll sign themselves into the indemnity clause. You guys have got to work up to this shit. It's dumb. It's dumb. You can't. And the people that just go along with it are just even more retarded, because they're oh, it's for our safety. What's safe about a vaccine that's not ready? Like I said, I'm not against vaccines. I'm not. I've had flu shots before. I had to have a shot when I worked at the abattoirs, so I couldn't get this disease that you can get through animal blood. I've had needles, I've had shots, I've had vaccinations before. Okay, my kids are vaccinated. Okay, I'm not against it. What I am against is the process, and then eliminating the choice. Okay, so let's rush the vaccine, and then let's remove someone's social standing because they said no to that, because they made a informed decision based on the information that they have. All right, okay, you guys rushed it. You guys also put out an article that said that there's going to be an indemnity clause. The article also stated that there's going to be inevitably side effects. My informed decision is, fuck the fucking vaccine. I'll wait, thank you. I'll wait until I know that, I'll go through, okay, how many cases of people have reported that they've gotten sick from the vaccine, or they've started having seizures, or they've done this, or they're doing that. You've got to allow. We're human beings. We're smart. Sometimes we're like beagles, right? We're so smart that we're actually retarded. Does that make sense? Do you know what a beagle is? A beagle is a dog, right? And they are highly intelligent. They are a highly intelligent animal. Really intelligent. That's why they use them as bomb sniffers, drug sniffers. They use them in postal to smell out anything. They are fucking smart dogs, but they make retarded decisions. I had a beagle once. He made some retarded decisions. I got rid of him. I sent him to the farm where he could be what he was designed for, hunt and help that guy, right? So that's my video today. I really hope you guys are enjoying them. I will put the Sydney Morning Herald underneath in the comments, or the fucking info. I've got to go. I've got to pick up my son from daycare. But just be wary and just critically look back and go, hang on a minute, that doesn't look right. Hang on, and don't worry about what other people fucking say. All right? They're the idiots if they're just going to jump straight in, because they're the ones who are going to have to go and say, oh, hang on a minute, I didn't read that. Do you ever sign something and not read it? If you do, you're an idiot. You got to read shit. Got to understand what you got to do. I just recently, a couple of months ago, I recently jumped into a supplements drop shipping contract, and I read it. You know why? Because I wanted to know whether I had to pay a fee to jump out of it if it wasn't working. I wanted to make sure that if I had to jump out of that because it wasn't working and I couldn't find time to make sure it was to build it, I could jump out at no cost to me. And guess what? I read the contract, and the contract said cancel any time. No fee. Not locked in. No worries. I signed it because I knew what I was getting into. It's the same with vaccinations. It's the same with anything. It's the same with buying a house and a loan. You've got to know what you're entitled to and what you're not entitled to. It's the same with every fucking thing. It's the way of life. And like I said, humans are smart, but just some make some retarded decisions. All right, don't be a retarded decision maker. Stop, think, understand, process, make a decision. Right? Stop, think, process, make a decision. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. All right? If this doesn't make sense, and then that doesn't make sense, but this makes sense, right? Process it all together, right? Right, grab a piece here, grab a piece there, grab a piece there. Right, this makes sense, that makes sense. This doesn't, this doesn't, this doesn't. This does, this does, this doesn't. Bring it together, process it, and make your own fucking choice. Okay? That's what being a human is, alright? Making your own choice. You choose who you get to marry. You choose what dog you want to buy. You choose what house you want to buy. You choose what car you want to drive. You choose where you want to live. You choose where you want to work. Alright? Choice, mate. Everybody gets a choice. Whether you make an informed decision or an uninformed decision is on you and no one else alone. So make informed decisions. Thanks for watching. We'll be back. I don't know when, but we'll be back.